the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'll invite the Fort McMurray Giants and the Sylvan Lake Gulls, along with our umpire crew on the field, to join fans in the crowd. Please rise, remove your hats and your caps if you're able, and join us for the anthems this afternoon, performed on field and live by Kayla Brook and presented by Mobile One Lube Express. Here's the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by O Canada.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket
Welcome to Sylvan Lake, the Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Without further delay, Gulls baseball fan, let's welcome the first ever coach in our history, Jason Chatwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Sylvan Lake Gulls!
Good afternoon, fans. Hope you're ready because we are here in Sylvan Lake. It's going to be a full day of baseball for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. A doubleheader. This will be game one of a 9-inning doubleheader against the Fort McMurray Giants. We are so happy to have you tune in to Gulls Baseball on FloCollege Sports, brought to you by Visit Sylvan Lake. .ca. We saw a game last night for the Sylvan Lake Gulls that was a gritty win. It was everything they could do to pull off a W. 0 hits up until 7 innings of play, and then finally things got started for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and they carried out a 5-3 win against a team that always gives them a run for their money, the Energy City Cactus Rats.
It was, as I said, a win is a win is a win, right? And it doesn't matter how. There's no pictures. Well, I guess there are some pictures, right? But the Gulls, you're right. They were kind of sleeping. Defensively, they were wide awake. Bats were left in the dugout for some reason. Like you said, 7th inning. Started with a walk, though, to Anthony Gilbert, and they sent 9 batters to the plate, scored 4 runs that inning, and pulled off the 5-3 win. I don't think they want to wait for the 7th inning to get a hit tonight, though.
Starts are key, and especially the last time this team saw a doubleheader, they had a tough start and a tough outing in game one. And I was talking to Brooks Bachman, and I was talking to Ty Yakamoto ahead of this game, and they're like, yeah, we got to get a win in the first game, and then we can focus on game two. Takes a little bit of that pressure off. Well, here is your starting pitcher who closed out one of those doubleheaders back on Thursday night. Josh Tucker is going to get the start here tonight for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in this game one. This will be his 8th start on the season. He's got 33 Ks, and he's just starting to feel like himself again.
Yeah, 33 Ks, and he got 12 of them in one game.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he is starting to feel like the old Josh Tucker, and that's bad news for opposition. That's good news for the Sylvan Lake Gulls because they're going to need his arm over this next 2.5, 3 weeks that we have left in the season with the playoffs. And if everything goes the way, it goes to length, it'll be August 17th is the final game from what I understand. So.
And a game to every single night carrying out right to the end of the regular season until next Monday. So it's going to be a busy stretch as we come down the line. But as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Fort McMurray Giants, you got the 1-2-3 batters, Ben Swenemson, Coleman, Kawakuchi, and Nick Sauve, the catcher for the Giants. And then Matt Rhodes, Carter Herkin, Zach Kavanaugh, Camden Sanders, Connor Martin, and Connor Rainey rounding out the batting order for the Giants, who have been busy, Jim. 4 double headers in 5 nights. They're going to have 5 and 6 with today and tomorrow. They had a double header last night. They had a double header on Wednesday, and they had a double header on Thursday. So this team has been very, very busy and starting to probably slowly get beaten up a little bit as well.
It'll be interesting to see how they manage their bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, the position players, these guys, they'll tell you we can play 36 innings in a day, not a problem. But it's the pitchers that have to work hard on their arms, and we'll see how that goes. So Josh Tucker starting things off at the shortstop, Ben Swenemson, and Swenemson starts things by fouling it up against the screen. And Tucker, you might notice, he pitches out of the stretch even when nobody's on base. This is something he's used to, from what I understand. That misses 1-1 now, the count. We're just underway on inning number 1 of 18 innings of baseball today here at Gulls Field at Pagattle Park. A marathon.
Yeah.
I don't do marathons, running or otherwise. But I guess we're doing this one, huh?
It's going to be a full day.
Okay. Make sure you come back after the first game, right? Is that what
yeah,
and
exactly.
Josh Tucker starts things out kind of like he ended the other day by striking out a batter. And it's the Josh Tucker show once again today. Maybe. We'll see. Of course, last time the Giants were here, they took 2 out of 3 against the Sylvan Lake Gulls. And so the Gulls might keep that in the back of their mind, saying, no. I talked to Leroy Tavares, who's probably going to be the starter for game number 2 this evening at 7. And I told him about that. He says, no, not going to happen today. Okay. He says, my job to make sure it doesn't.
Mind is focused and it's locked in.
That's it. Well, he was ready to go last night.
He was, yeah. You could see him pacing the bullpen last night. That's how badly he wanted to come into that game. He was ready to go.
But he understood exactly the strategy that the Gulls were using there. So.
Well, yeah, trying to stretch out your arms, right? And
1-2 the count now on Coleman Kawaguchi, the designated hitter tonight. Yeah, you want to limit the number of pitchers you need. This can't be the like the Okotoks Dogs do, a pitcher every 3 hitters. And a little blooper to first base, and Bryce Turner makes it easy and makes the second out. I don't know how tired must these Fort McMurray Giants be, though, because did they come in last night or did they come in this morning? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot on the bodies right now. They got to be feeling it physically and mentally with just the amount of baseball they have played in the last stretch of days. So many games, so much baseball, and then it doesn't get any easier for them here today with a 2 9-inning doubleheader.
So we got Jeff Wang, the home plate umpire today, Chris Hartley down at first base, and the crew chief Jeff Chipley over at third. Those are your 3 gentlemen that will be here for the marathon, because these 3 umpires will just change places. And well, actually, only 2 of them are going to be staying. That's right, too.
I believe Jeff Chipley's going to be the guy behind the plate for game 2. I was talking to him heading down to the field.
Is that what he thought?
I'm pretty sure I heard him say that, yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard differently, but that's okay. I heard they were bringing Don Buskus was going to be here for the game tonight.
Yeah. I know Don's going to be here. Maybe he's going to be the guy behind the plate then.
And a swing and a miss there. 2-2 the count on Nick Sauve. The catcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. As Josh Tucker has already got the K up on the wall. He's looking for the second one, and he's got it right then and there, right on cue. As Josh Tucker strikes out 2 of the 3 batters that he faces in the top of the first inning. Gulls coming to bat.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected. Because it truly is. And it's all we think about. So you don't have to.
Well, there's your starting pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. He started before against the Sylvan Lake Gulls team this year already. That is Liam Taft starting things off, and this will be his 7th start on the season. He's got over 40 innings of work, 30 strikeouts. He's got a 1-0 win record and 1 save credit under his name. And he's only given up 18 runs, 17 of which were earned.
And I think the 3-game set here, and here's the lineup that he's going to face tonight. Simpson, Gilbert, Tiarina, Turner, Bachman, Ray, Baker, Lewis, and Tai Yukamoto from 1 through 9. I believe in that 3-game set that was here earlier this month, Liam Taft started one of those games.
Yep.
So Gulls batters are very familiar with him. I'm going to check my notes and see what he did.
I got it for you here.
Oh, you got it. Okay, I do it the old-fashioned way, but you do it. Yeah.
Gotta love technology.
That's it. I'm not on that train yet.
So he was the starter winning pitcher. That's where he got his win, was in that 3-2 win against the Sylvan Lake Gulls, which was, what was the date? Back on July 18th. No, June 18th, sorry.
June 18th.
No, July 18th.
Yeah.
I had it right. I was like, I'm second guessing myself so many times already. Yeah, July 18th was that game.
Okay. So Cleary Simpson leading things off here, 1-1 count.
Yeah, that was on Swift night.
Rips this through the legs of second baseman Zach Kavanaugh. Well hit ball, and Kavanaugh just needed a little WD-40 on the hips to get down there and get his glove on the ground. He's creaking like me. I don't know if they're going to. Yeah, they give him an error. So not a hit for Cleary Simpson, but he is on base. And Anthony Gilbert from La Belle Province, Quebec, steps in. He's made an impression in his short time here so far.
Yeah, he sure has. As we take a look at his batting stats, and he's 211. He's got 19 at-bats under his name. He's got 4 RBIs, 1 home run, and 4 hits.
And we know he's got a really, really strong arm.
Yeah, defensively, he is a rock over at third.
Okay, now I might be hallucinating, and I know it's only early because we've got 17 more innings, but
tough start.
Look to the left of second base. Do you see something shiny on the ground there?
Yep, I do.
Okay, I'm not the only one then.
Yeah, not sure what that would be.
I'm not sure either, but I'm glad somebody else sees it. And Gilbert watches that go by. 1-2 the count now. And Liam Taft is asking home plate umpire Jeff Wang, was that low? Was that inside, outside, low? And he was told it was low.
It's your shiny penny over by second.
Well, there's a shiny something. We don't have pennies anymore, remember?
Yeah.
And that's a little floater. It's going to land softly into center field. And the Gulls now have 2 base runners, one by error and now one by a base hit by Anthony Gilbert.
They don't ask how hard, they just ask how, and he finds the gap right in shallow center field, just
That's
enough
right.
to lift over the heads of the infield.
That
He gets a
does-
little tap of encouragement from
Yeah.
his first base coach, Cameron Diaz.
That does the same job as if he drove it hard to the right fielder. It did the exact same job.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Tiarina now, the left fielder tonight, or this afternoon. And he watches that first one sail outside for a ball.
So we got word with this doubleheader that after game 1, they will in fact clear the crowd and get things set up for game number 2. So anybody that's here for game 1 will not be able to stay in the park until they open the doors for game 2 at 7 o'clock.
Does that mean we have to leave too?
Yeah, I don't know. If we are, I know where I'm going.
Well, you need to come back though, remember?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Just kidding.
Give me a heads up
I
then
won't
if you're not.
abandon you. I won't abandon you.
That's
Don't worry.
okay. That's okay. I understand if you do. The 2-0 count on Tiarina with runners on first and second. Here in the bottom of the first inning. A beautiful afternoon. It kind of an iffy morning with the clouds, and it looked like it was just going to hammer down around 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning. It was like, oh my goodness, we're in for a better build an arc kind of morning.
Well, it was pouring where I was at. As this goes past the catcher, and that's going to get everybody on base. So bases loaded situation early in this ball game with 0 outs. Not the start Fort McMurray was looking for, but again, you maybe just start to see a little bit of that fatigue. You know, a lot of baseball. And
Yeah,
it's got to be a tough. This has got to be a tough day to come into for the Giants, knowing what they've been doing as of late and what's coming down the stretch. It's just not getting any easier. Tomorrow's another doubleheader for them. So but not a good start, especially when you want to try to stretch out maybe pitchers as long as you can, especially when you're playing this much baseball.
Yep.
So not even a median on the mound either after bases loaded with 0 out situation.
No, I think the coaching style today is going to be. I'm not sure what you're doing out there, but stop doing that part and then just keep throwing because the bullpen is pretty thin. That misses outside. 1-1 the count now. Like you said, the Giants playing a doubleheader last night, and then now they had a 4-hour drive or 3.5 from Lethbridge to get to here.
Yeah.
So they either did it last night after the game or they did it early this morning.
I would think that would have been the plays to come after the game last night, so get a little bit more rest in an actual bed.
Well, yeah, and then you're sitting on a bus.
Yeah.
Which we all know, anybody that's ever been on a bus, a sports team bus, some of them are a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're not the greatest to try to sleep on.
Yeah.
Some guys can have no problem sleeping on those
know.
things, and the way they sleep on them is hilarious. Feet are well above their head. They're usually, I know a couple coaches in hockey that sleep the weirdest way on a bus, but they're comfortable.
And Bryce Turner nails this hard into left field, and he is going to knock in 2 runs with that base hit. And the Gulls have jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And we're still waiting for the first out of the inning for Sylvan Lake. So Bryce Turner with a single. And a couple of RBIs right there.
Yep, great start for the Gulls. Taking advantage of a bases loaded situation and just a perfect spot for him to hit that ball right in the gap between the third and third and shortstop, I should say. Now we get a pitching coach or a coach that will visit the mound.
He's going to get his steps in today, I think.
Yeah, he might
Both
be.
coaches, Matt Hape and this gentleman here. It could be lots of mound visits.
Beautiful day here, though, at Pagato Park for all fans in attendance. I mean, take a look at that shot. Just absolutely gorgeous. Some clouds in the sky, of course, but the skies have opened up, and they got some blue sky in there, so it's great to see. And just comfortable weather too for everybody in attendance. It's not too hot. It's not cold. It's kind of a nice, comfortable temperature outside for everybody that's here.
I'm freezing.
Are you?
No.
I was like, you almost look like you got a long sleeve under a T-shirt and long pants.
Well, I do have some.
I'm sweating.
Some medications that thin my blood,
fair,
and so I'm cold all the time now.
That makes sense.
Warm heart, though.
Yeah.
Just ask my wife.
I was just gonna say, Janice knows.
She does. And that's on the outside corner. Brooks Bachman. For a change, Bachman's following Turner. Not the head of Turner. So I can't do the Bachman-Turner overdrive. It's Turner-Bachman Ray. Trip Ray. That misses outside. 2-1 now.
Brooks Bachman, he's one of those players that is such a team player kind of guy. He's got such an energy to him. Last night when he scored that came around to score the winning run, he was fired up. And like it was him the one that hit that ball to take the lead in that game last night against Energy City. He's such a emotional guy, loves playing the game, competitive obviously, but just love watching his body language out on the field, because he takes every night so seriously, as you should as an athlete, but he's just fully invested every night. And talking to him before tonight's game, he's like, let's go, we're ready, let's get a win. He was amped up to play in this one.
Well, we know how much these guys love playing this game, and for them to play 18 innings in a day, you would think, okay, then but there's a wear and there's a tear, right? And you just hope nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Over these double headers, but this has been probably, in my very poor memory, that the worst weather season with rainouts. We've had so many of them, and then smokeouts in Saskatchewan. And those guys on the East Division, they've been playing double headers, I think, for the last 2 weeks, it seems like. And a strikeout there by Liam Taft on Brooks Bachman for the first out of the inning.
Let's take a look at the Hearthstone Property Management replay. Really good pitch there by Taft, down and away, as it just fades away from Brooks Bachman, and he takes a lazy swing at it, trying to get any contact on the ball.
That'll bring up the catcher, Trip Ray, one of two catchers tonight, or today. Junior Garcia, the other one. We have a third one on the roster, Cam McLeod, but he's not quite up to par to get in there. And they told me that Michael Quick would be the emergency catcher, and I said, and how's he for that? He said, he doesn't want to do that.
He's like that Zamboni guy that's waiting to come out on as the emergency goaltender. He's kind of shaking in his boots, hoping that situation doesn't come his way.
None of you guys get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll do it, but I don't think he really is relishing his moment in the sun behind the plate. So 2-0 the count on Trip Ray. Runners on first and second. One down here in the bottom of the first inning. Gulls with a 2-0 lead right now. And that's high and tight on Trip Ray.
Well, Lewis probably sees the beating that these guys get behind the plate, and we've seen a lot, and we've even seen the umpires take quite a few to the melon.
Yeah.
And Jeff Chipley actually told me about that last one that he took up high right off the dome, and I said, rattle? Yeah, oh yeah, he said. It got him pretty good, the last one. A couple tipped off the bat right to the face.
And Ray taking all the way on that with the 3-0 count. Well, and then last night, Junior Garcia took one right off the face mask, like dead center.
Well, and I read this morning, Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays is out for 7 days with a concussion because of that exact play.
Same thing. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Although, as Junior pointed out, he says those guys throw a little bit harder.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And he says, and their equipment's maybe a little bit better than ours. So, but I said, you're not answering a phone? Like every 5 minutes you hear the ringing? He goes, no. He says, I'm good. I didn't ask him any math questions.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, personally, I probably don't know the answer myself. So, a full count on Trip Ray with Simon Baker on deck. Runners on first and second. Just underway here at Gulls Field at Pagato Park. WCBL action on FloCollege. And right back up the middle. And that's where it stays. And Trip Ray's going to get himself an RBI as he makes the turn around first. And Brock Tiarina scores from second base on that base hit by Trip Ray. And Bryce Turner made his way over to third. So lots of movement. And the Gulls didn't wait until the 7th inning to get a base hit today. They've got 3 as it stands right now.
Yeah, no, they came ready to play on this one, and that hit just right up the middle, unfortunately for both the shortstop and Swenemson and Kavanaugh, just kind of split right in the middle between the two of them.
Yep. Seeing eye.
Yeah, it just had the right spot. Simon Baker at the plate, 259 is what he's hitting so far this year. He likes to also be a pitcher, so he's maybe not getting as many at-bats, but he is still getting quite a few this year. He's got already 116, 20, almost 20 RBIs, 19 of them, 25 strikeouts this year.
Well, 2 of them last night, and that tied the game in the 7th inning.
Yeah, he broke the goose egg when they needed it. They were down 3-1, and Simon Baker finally gets the Gulls' first hit in 7 innings of play.
He's behind 0-2 now in the count to Liam Taft. And Taft gets the strikeout, his second of the inning, and that's the second out. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Kyle Lewis. With runners on first and third, the Gulls already bringing 3 men across the plate. Pretty good crowd tonight.
Yep.
Or today. I want to say tonight because, well, we're so used to tonight games, you know.
I don't know. It will be tonight later, too.
It will be. Oh, and I think he beat that out. Nope, he did not. Chris Hartley calls him out, and the inning is over. The Gulls send 8 men to the plate and score 3 times. 3-0 Sylvan Lake. Fort McMurray coming to bat.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus 2 weekly shows including the WCBL Report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday, and also the WCBL Game of the Week pregame show leading right up to game time every Thursday night. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Inning number 2 for Josh Tucker and the Sylvan Lake Gulls, as Matt Rhodes, Carter Herkin, and Zach Kavanaugh, the scheduled batters here in the top half of the second inning. 3-0, Gulls lead it. And, you know, I tempted to say 3 runs is a pretty good lead for Josh Tucker, but you just never know these days.
No, you sure don't.
With whoever's playing against whoever they're playing, it just couldn't. Well, that's why you play the games, because anything can happen.
Well, and a good start so far for Tucker, too. 2 strikeouts in 1 inning of play, and, you know, he had just such an incredible outing, as you mentioned, 12 Ks in one night not that long ago, and his record was 13. He wanted 15.
Oh, he wanted 15.
He wants
did
15.
he? Oh, okay. Well, it's good to have goals.
Yeah.
And a called strike there. 2-2 on Matt Rhodes, who was the home run hitting representative for the Fort McMurray Giants. And that didn't bother Josh Tucker any, that reputation, as he has him swinging, and that's strikeout number 3. Nice pitch there by number 30.
Well, that'll bring up Carter Herkan, and Carter has a .261 batting average so far this summer. 69 at-bats, 6 RBIs, and 1 being a double out of the 18 hits he's had. He's the third baseman tonight, or afternoon, for Fort McMurray. Now it's wearing off on me a little bit.
I'm contagious, I know. Good stop there by Tai Yukamoto. Oh, and he, you know what? He made that a lot closer than it should have been.
No doubt.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got an arm. I mean, take a look at this play. Not an easy one. Deep in the hole. He had to dive onto it, made a nice stop, and then quickly just kind of rebounded to get that ball up and thrown over to first, and he got it there. Not even a bouncer or anything.
Bryce Turner making a nice stretch to get that. And you're right, the ball right to him. So
great recovery, too, by Yukamoto to field that ball.
Well, that's the first base hit there off of Josh Tucker. First player to reach base. That'll bring up Zach Kavanaugh. And right in the same hole, almost the identical spot.
And again, a really great stop by Yukamoto, but it's going to be another base hit for the Giants and for Kavanaugh. Exact same spot, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Yukamoto's probably got to be wondering, really? Are you kidding me? 2 in a row? He's getting his slides in, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Some good diving.
Getting a lot of rubber pellets under his belt, too.
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, that'll bring up the left fielder, Camden Sanders. And if you remember that name, it's because he's the one that broke the hearts of the Gulls with a 2-run homer in the extra inning game here a little while back.
Yeah, he went 1 for 5, and he had 2 RBIs in that 3-2 win against the Gulls back on the 18th.
He had 4 strikeouts to that point, and then he hits a 2-run homer.
Yeah.
Timing is everything, right?
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately? And that's what he did for them lately. This is launched out to right field. Simon Baker, who's got a very strong arm. Tai Yukamoto snuck in behind the base runner, Carter Herkin, in case, you know, he thought, well, it's going over the shortstop's head to the third baseman. I'll just take a little lead off a second. Whoa, the second baseman, he's got the ball. Whoa, wait a minute. Good job there by Simon Baker and also by Tai Yukamoto to try and decoy the base runner, but to no avail. Connor Martin steps in now to face Josh Tucker.
Yeah, Baker's got a cannon of an arm. Hence why he likes to pitch, obviously. 96 mile per hour pitches he can throw on the gun.
It's nice to to have options as a player. You know, maybe I could pitch for a while. You know, I could probably play right field or, you know, center field.
Swing the bat a bit.
Swing the bat, yeah. Oh, right through the legs of Bryce Turner, and that's going to allow a run to score. As a well-hit ball, but just got past Bryce Turner. As we look on the replay here, Hearthstone Property Management, and yep,
tough one.
That would be an error on the first baseman.
Yeah, got to shake that one off if you're Bryce Turner and the rest of the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and just kind of get your head right back into it here defensively. Focus on the next batter and limit the damage with now another runner over at third with that missed play, and Zach Kavanaugh is advanced to third.
Connor Rainey, the center fielder, steps in now. And he sends this out to center field, and the Fort McMurray Giants have woken up.
Well, we've talked about it so many times. Any free passes you can give to a team, they like to take advantage of it and make you pay, and the Fort McMurray Giants are doing just that yet again. You make one little mistake, just generates enough little bit of momentum, a little bit of juice in the bats, and then now they're finding a rhythm here in this top half of the second inning.
Top of the order, Ben Swenemson, the shortstop, struck out in his first at bat. He'll be followed by the designated hitter, Coleman Kawaguchi, if they get that far. Josh Tucker has other plans as he's up 0-2 now. Quiet crowd tonight. Today.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they just, yeah.
We should have a tick box on how many times we say today and tonight.
I'll fill it up in a minute.
Yeah. So with me too.
Just,
I mean, but you take a look at the crowd there as that ball goes back. Look at that. Like that's a pretty good full section right there.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a row there that's pretty empty.
Yeah,
but you know, they said, I don't know. I wanted to say I overheard someone say it was a sold out game, but it doesn't seem sold out. And again, there's that issue that I think they've ran into with season ticket holders just not showing up either. Like technically on paper, there's nights where it shows that it's sold out, but then you see a lot of just open seats. You know, you can even see them behind home plate. And that's just a matter of maybe some season ticket holders not showing up or not sitting in their seats.
But when they don't show up, they still those seats are still available to guys that come here. And Josh Tucker strikes out Swedenson for the second time and brings the inning to a close, but the Giants plate 2 runs, and they trail 3-2 with Sylvan Lake coming to bat in the bottom of the second.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field, the friend next door, with your family in the next town, the dealership with the ice cream shop. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Liam Taft still on the mound for the Fort McMurray Giants, and he'll face the bottom of the batting order, Tai Yukimoto, getting his first at-bat of the day. The player of the game from last night, your EG Auctions player of the game, that is. And it was Hawaiian night here last night at the ballpark, for those that did not know. And Yukimoto had a pretty big impact in that game, feeling right at home.
I think he was the only Hawaiian in the building.
Yeah, probably.
From the lovely island of Oahu.
Never been to Oahu. Been to Maui.
Okay.
And that was a beautiful place. I mean, I would love to go back. I would love to explore the other islands.
They're all good.
Yeah, I can believe it.
They all have a different vibe. I mean, Oahu has the capital, Honolulu, and Waikiki Beach, and Pearl Harbor, and the Dole Plantation. They got the North Shore,
So
which is excellent for the surfing.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that that's the biggest one? Is that the biggest island, or is Maui the
No,
biggest?
I think the island of Hawaii. Isn't it called the Big Island?
Oh, okay, maybe, yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'll have to Google it.
Please do, because you're not going to trust my memory. I don't.
But, I mean, Maui was a pretty big size. Like, it's
Oh,
a
sure.
good-sized island, that one.
Yeah, it's a little more laid back.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think where Yukimoto is from, I believe that's a pretty busy island.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Believe me, it is. That's where the airport is. Full count on the shortstop, Tai Yukimoto. Here in the bottom of the second inning, 3-2 Gulls lead it over the Fort McMurray Giants. Game 1 of a doubleheader today. And that's lifted up to left field. And Camden Sanders is in the right place at the right time and makes the catch for the first out.
Yeah, you're right. Hawaii Island is obviously the biggest island in Hawaii.
Ooh, I win.
It's nearly twice as large as all the other Hawaiian islands combined, with an area of 4,028 square miles. And also the youngest and largest island in the Hawaiian chain.
There you go. And the volcano on Oahu, Kilauea.
Yep.
It has been erupting steadily or daily for 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
And when I say erupt, it means it might leak out a little bit, it might blow off some steam kind of thing. But then it does send some lava out. And every time it does, it adds 40 acres to the island of Oahu.
That's pretty neat, eh?
40 acres.
That's pretty cool. Because, yeah, and then it cools down and then just turns into rock, right?
Turns into more of the island.
More of the island.
Now, that's a real estate guy's dream.
Yeah, no doubt.
We don't have to develop any property.
Yeah.
It's just growing
It
itself.
just grows itself.
1-2 the count on Cleary Simpson, who got on base. He hit a hard hit ball towards the second baseman, who did the old oopsie daisy through the wickets. And he got on base and came around and scored. And this time he's leaving no doubt about it. That is a base hit. As Cleary Simpson shows, well, everybody here probably remembers. They go, oh, yeah, I remember him doing that a lot.
And Swenimson gave it a good try at that ball. I mean, he just couldn't quite get high enough to steal that out of the air from Cleary Simpson. But a great effort there by the shortstop in Ben Swenimson.
He's a tall kid, too.
He is, yeah. He didn't miss that by much. And when I was down in their dugout, he looked at the lineup card. He asked Coach, who did the lineup card? And he said, well, so-and-so did the first half, and I did the second half. And the first half with the names was all drawn in kind of fancy block letters.
Really?
The bottom half of the lineup was all straight, normal letters, and he was upset because his name was at the bottom of the list and it didn't have the nice fancy writing on the lineup card. So he was a little upset about that.
Ooh, and a well-hit ball there by Anthony Gilbert, but deep to center field. Connor Rainey, though, has enough room as he backs up and hauls it in for the second out. My
You got your homework here.
my paper litter. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I need to clean up after myself.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have a nap right now.
Okay, yeah. Fair. Yeah. All right.
No, just kidding.
I'll wake you up for game 2.
No, you don't have to do that. Well, maybe not right now, but
Yeah, we'll see how the
about
day
the
goes.
7th inning, when they do the 7th inning stretch, I might stretch it out to the next game.
Yeah.
Brock Tiarina in to face Liam Taft. Cleary Simpson, the base runner, over at first. 2 down in the bottom of the second. 3-2, Gulls lead it. That's inside for a ball.
You know, and I was really interested to kind of see how the Fort McMurray Giants were going to utilize their pitchers after, you know, the last few days with double headers on Wednesday, double header on Thursday. They had a 9-inning on Friday, and then, of course, a double header last night. And I'm just looking at the, you know, the amount of pitchers that they threw in last night's game. They still threw in 5 pitchers.
Really?
They did.
Oh, okay. But for how many innings each?
Well, that's the thing. So the starter had the most with 3.
Okay.
So surprisingly, not as many innings as maybe one would think. However, those innings I bet were long, and they probably threw a lot of pitches because it was a 14-0 game in that first one of that doubleheader that I'm looking at against the Lethbridge Bulls, and then it was a 13-6 game in the second game.
So the Bulls took both sides.
So the
of it.
Bulls took both sides of it and gave the pitchers, gave the pitchers a little bit of work.
Now I heard from the grapevine, as we got a 2-2 count here on Tiarina, and that misses outside. Count now full with 2 down. I heard that the young man from Aruba, and that would be number 33, Ash Amerlan, threw 137 pitches.
On which night?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. 137.
Wow.
And Cleary Simpson was taking off on the 3-2 count, and he can jog the rest of the way as Tiarina draws the walk to keep the inning alive, bringing up Bryce Turner, who had a 2-run single in the first inning. Haven't got to the 4th inning. I'm jumping way ahead of myself here. So with base runners on first and second, Turner steps in with a couple of RBIs already, looking to add to that total, and at the same time add to the Gulls total. And right off the fist to the first baseman, Matt Rhodes, and he makes the catch, ends the inning, and no harm, no foul there. Cleary Simpson's single goes for naught. No runs and 1 hit, 2 men left on. 2 full innings, top of 3 coming up. Josh Tucker on the mound for the Gulls, inning number 3 here. And he starts things off with a fastball down the middle, and Coleman Kawaguchi sends it out to left field, where Brock Tiarina is there to make the catch for the first out. And this will bring up the catcher, Nick Save, who was one of the strikeout victims of Josh Tucker. He's got 4 on the afternoon.
Yeah, 4 Ks, 2 complete innings. Why not? He's pretty much on pace to getting close to double digits again if he can keep this up. And it'd be interesting to see how the Gulls utilize their pitching staff here today as well, with the amount of games that are coming down the stretch for them. We just found out ahead of this game, well, you and I did, they probably knew before, that the makeup game for Brooks in Brooks will go down tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That is their only open night they had left until the end of the regular season, so it makes sense. Yeah. So the Gulls, that will mean that, yeah, as I mentioned maybe in the pregame show, they're playing games from here on out right to the bitter end of the regular season on August 4th. They'll have a game every single night, with the makeup game against Energy City on Tuesday night, July 29th here at Gulls Field.
That went off one of the suites.
Yep.
To our right. Well, you know what? We did see kind of a little bit of an indication on how things might be managed last night, where we had Leroy Tavares warming up, and then he didn't come in the game. And the strikeout number 5 for Josh Tucker there. He didn't come into the game at all. Instead, they went with Jacob Rochelle. And so it was Dylan Mittner and Jacob Rochelle, 2 pitchers. You don't see that too often for any team.
No.
Especially Okotoks.
Well, and you saw that Rochelle was kind of getting himself into some trouble, especially in the 7th, 8th inning.
Yeah.
But they kept him in there right to the bitter end. They let him battle through it. And
well, even in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
He had
a couple interesting
dicey situation. I asked him, he says, yeah, I had to make it a little exciting, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to do that, but you did.
Yeah.
And he got himself out of it as well, so. He looks pretty calm, though. He didn't look rattled at all. 0-2 the count on Matt Rhodes, who struck out in the 2nd inning in his first at bat against Josh Tucker. And he strikes out in this one as well. So Mr. Tucker has not lost a beat here as he strikes out 2, a 3-up, 3-down inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 3rd, Gulls leading 3-2.
Sundays for the berm, I think. It's a great day to be out on a grass hill.
Sure.
Pulling up a blanket, pull up a maybe a little tiny chair if you got one at the back. Get yourself comfortable and situated. Families enjoying it.
Yeah.
Kids love the berm too.
No kidding, especially when it's wet.
Yeah. And it turns into a little bit of a water slide.
It is exactly what it is. They'll slide on anything. Look at this. I can slide on grass.
Yeah, the water bill might go up with the laundry that you're doing on kids' clothes, but
Well,
you know.
Hey, it's cheaper than buying a water slide.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. Brooks Bachman steps in to face Liam Taft here in the bottom of 3. He was a strikeout victim in his first at bat, and he's behind 0-2 right now.
Yeah, he gave a little look behind him like, oh, really? And he knew it. He knew that was okay.
And back-to-back strikeouts for Brooks Bachman here to lead things off in the third inning as Liam Taft, 53 pitches to this point, and that number will climb because, well, the gentlemen in the bullpen are just kind of chilling. They don't look too busy right now.
Yeah, and not many in there.
They're probably taking a snooze because they probably all worked really hard yesterday and Friday night. And that's well hit by Trip Ray. And he's taking a look at this one.
See you later.
And goodbye, folks. Trip Ray has launched one over the left field wall, giving the Gulls a 4-2 lead. And he knew it when he hit it.
He did. He gave the biggest bat flip we have seen in a while here at Gulls Field. A little sidestep, yeah, hey, how are ya? And a big bomb for the number 13 catcher.
The man from Memphis, Tennessee. He knew it, and just there's the flip.
See you later.
Like, thank you. And this will bring up Simon Baker, but the Trip Ray woke up this crowd a bit because they were a little bit quiet. Maybe they had a doubleheader last night.
Maybe some late ones.
I had 2 late nights in a row.
I know you did.
Did
you do another late one last night too?
Well, not really, no. No, I mean, it was late enough. By the time I got home, it was well after 10:30, which for me, 10:30 is the new 8:30. It's like I should be in bed an hour ago, but but my internal alarm, unfortunately, all those years working radio and working morning show, my alarm would go off, and Simon Baker sends this into left field for a base hit to keep the inning going. My alarm would go off at around 4:30, and to this day, at about 5:45, I wake up, whether the alarm is set or not. And it doesn't matter what time I went to bed.
You just can't sleep past that time.
No, I wake up, and I like the early morning. I like being out there, and then of course I do play golf early in the morning too. So, and that I believe hit Kyle Lewis, and he's gonna have a little chat with the catcher Save, and head over to first base.
I think the chat he's having is, that hit both of us.
Yeah.
A piece of me and then ricocheted onto you.
So lucky for you, I slowed it down for you.
Yeah. So are you one of those guys that just can't sleep? Like you don't try to go back to bed and sleep once you wake up the first time?
I can do that like a trooper.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
I'm wondering because here I'm thinking there's no way you can even go back to bed. You're wide awake at 5:45 every day.
If I don't have to go to, if I'm not playing golf, and if I wake up at 5:45, I roll over, say something nasty to my phone, and then I just go right back to bed. And I'm not sure what that was all about. That was one of the weirdest steals that I have seen in a while. And
Kyle Lewis kind of slid in awkwardly, and he hurt himself on that slide, I think. He's limping off and trying to walk it off right now. He might have Charlie horsed himself. You take a look at this throw, and he got a late run and late start, and he kind of slid in right to the second baseman, Zach Kavanaugh, and his leg kind of buckled right on Kavanaugh's leg. So,
well, that's the second out. Simon Baker did make his way over.
And you could tell he's kind of fighting through a little bit of pain there on that walk back to the dugout. And he goes straight to Rob Mank and explains the situation.
Yeah, that was a strange I don't know if that was a delayed steal, if that was supposed to be, or if he was supposed to go at the same time as Baker. Hard to say. Tai Yukamoto, though, is in the batter's box behind 1-2 now. And missing outside is Liam Taft with Baker over at third. 4-2, Sylvan Lake leads. The latest run coming off the bat of the catcher Trip Ray, a solo home run over the left field wall, about the 377 mark. And a little quiet time right now. Don't be too quiet because I could nod off.
I know.
Full count here. Just wait till we get to the second game.
Yeah.
You might want to tune in for that one, folks. That could be full of errors and sayings that shouldn't have been said.
There'll be a lot of going off-topic conversations, I'm sure, by that point.
If you thought we went off topic during a regular game,
Yeah.
just wait till we're into inning number 6 on the second game.
Oh, yeah. Then we're just making things up at that point.
That's right.
Clary Simpson now at the plate. 2 away. 4-2 Gulls lead, and they're trying to send Yukamoto second, and he tried to draw the throw, but Fort McMurray was not biting on that play with Simon Baker over at third.
I think the league has caught on to what the Gulls try and do with that.
I honestly think the team that we saw for the first time ever doing that was the Okotoks Dogs.
Well, maybe.
I remember Okotoks Dogs did that to us a number of times a couple years ago, and then the Gulls kind of caught on. They tried doing it. And every now and then they'll do it, and they'll still get away with it. The plan will work. I mean, we saw it against Energy City, but we've also seen Energy City catch on, where they didn't bite every single time either. So it just depends on who's catching and what point of the game, and if you're catching the guy at the right time, sleeping a little bit on the play. Because of course, as a catcher, your direct instinct is to throw down a second. You see a guy going, you want to throw.
That's true. That's a called strike on Simpson, who had a single in the second inning. Looking to add to that total, the Gulls leading 4-2 in the bottom half of the third. That misses outside. So 6 hits on the afternoon right now, and I think they had 5 last night?
Yep.
Or 4.
I would say 5.
They've got more than they did last night, I guess is what my point might be. 3-1 count on Cleary Simpson. And Taft misses. Oh, okay, he doesn't miss. I was a little bit ahead of myself there.
So was Cleary Simpson. He was about to throw the bat, but he just hung on.
I believe.
No, Sylvan Lake only had, according to online here, they only had 3 hits last night. Yeah. So now even 5 or 4.
Okay, so they've doubled their output.
They had 5 runs, 3 hits.
Simpson sends this up the middle towards second base, and Kavanaugh has the ball and the throw and makes the third out. And so the Gulls add 1 more off the bat of Trip Ray. Right there, boom, and the bat flip. Not as dramatic as Jose Batista, but he made the point. Gulls with a 4-2 lead. Josh Tucker still on the mound. Probably will get, I would say, at least 2 more innings, maybe even 3.
Yeah, starting to slowly see a couple guys make their way to the bullpen. As there's 2 guys hanging out in there, and I'm not sure if they're just going in there to grab some snacks out of their backpacks or what they're doing. But, yeah, Josh Tucker's, having a good night so far. 6 Ks on the fence.
Speaking of snacks, and
Speaking of snacks.
well, no, there's a point here.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, I know. Carter Herkin, by the way, is the batter, and he's back behind 0-2. And Calvin Bellows, I don't know if you can find this. I don't even know if this is on there. I guess you have to be recording or whatever. I'm not sure how it all works. Anyway, Matt McKenzie last night during the post game, and a strikeout, number 7, I believe, for Josh Tucker. And he says, Jim, he says, and here we got the replay here, as that a beautiful pitch there by Josh Tucker. He knew right away that was going to be a strike. He says, Jim, he says, were you guys watching the bullpen cam last night? I said, well, occasion when guys are warming up. He says, I can't remember. Somebody was feeding him candies, and they were lobbing them right in front of the camera, and he was catching them in his mouth. I said, well, if we have that, we will definitely show it, but we don't have that. So I said, you guys got to make sure that, somebody's warming up, because usually that's when we're paying attention to the bullpen. Not when you guys are just, as Calvin just said, they got to work harder for his attention.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when they do stuff like that, we like to see it because they're having fun. And he was a little disappointed. He goes, it was so good. They were nailing it. It was just like nothing but net kind of thing.
He's trying to get his TV presence since he missed out on Thursday night. Both him and the first baseman coach, as this is lifted in right field, and that'll be a base hit for Fort McMurray. Oh, a little bit of a spill in right field. That gets him to second. I don't know what happened there, but Simon Baker took a little bit of a interesting spill out in right field. Let's take a look at it again here. Couple hopper. He goes to field it, and then, his leg just kind of gives out from underneath him. So the field a little slippery, probably from all that rain we got this morning, a little bit overnight. And lost his traction,
Okay, well, Zach Kavanaugh is over at second.
But as I was mentioning, Cameron Diaz and Matthew McKenzie were supposed to both come up to the broadcast booth and join me. And Matthew McKenzie even came in earlier that night, looking in the broadcast booth, kind of getting himself situated. Had to check it all out, make sure he was, he was kind of nervous. He was telling me, all right, I'm ready, I'll do it. And then Cameron Diaz comes up by himself, and Cameron Diaz says, Matthew McKenzie, he got a little superstitious, and he couldn't leave the bench. They had something going, I guess. As soon as he was sitting in a certain spot on the bench, that's when the Gulls offense started coming alive. So he didn't want to leave his post. So I'm wondering if he's maybe feeling a little left out on the camera, and so he's trying to get that camera action last night.
He's doing something with the camera, 1-2 the count on Camden Sanders, with base runner Zach Kavanaugh over at second, and 1 down. Top of the 4th inning, 4-2 Gulls lead it. And that's strikeout number 8, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Numero 8. There we are. En français. That'll bring up Connor Martin, as Josh Tucker is, he's shooting for 15, you said, right? He wants 15?
The last time he had 12. His first initial goal was 12. He said his record was, I believe, 13 or 14, and that was on the road in Regina that he's pitched, and he had that many strikeouts. So I'm thinking 15 would be an all-new time record for him. But his initial, obviously, goal and target to begin the night was 10, and I'm assuming probably similar tonight. He's looking at the Ks. He's like, all right, let's get to 10, and then let's go from there.
And a check swing, and home plate umpire Jeff Wang says, yep, you went, and that's a good call.
But I really love seeing the way that Josh Tucker has settled in this season. He had a tough start. He had, a little bit, like he didn't play at all this past season. He took a little bit of a year off. And now he comes back and he's just finding himself again. And he's just the old Josh Tucker we know he is, with yet another K on the night. That's number 9. He's only one shy from double digits as we take a look at a little bit of his work tonight. K after K after K. And it has been a night for Josh Tucker. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th next.
Liam Taft into inning number 4. And 69 pitches to this point for the young man. He's from Bakersfield, California. This weather's probably a little more to his liking.
Yeah.
Though probably still on the cool side for these.
A lot of these guys probably still feeling it cool. I mean, like you mentioned, this year, definitely one of more of the cooler years we have had in a while as far as rain goes and the smoke. I mean, the smoke hasn't been too bad this year for us here in Alberta. We've had worse years, but just lots and lots of rain.
Yes.
I mean, as a farmer, I'm sure they're not too upset with it, but at the same time, now they need the sun to go with it too. You can't get too much rain or else you're going to kind of flood out your crops.
Well, then all the stuff that you've cut already, and I've seen some have already cut. So it's lying in the field, and it's getting wet, so that means you got to use the dryer. And you know, there's all sorts of options for you, but no, I think they could stop asking for rain right now.
Well, it's crazy to think we're already halfway through the summer. We got August is just days away now, and you got to wonder, maybe hopefully, and as us Albertans are hoping for, a hot August would be ideal.
That would be good.
Be a perfect way to end it.
And a decent September.
And a nice September too would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we can get some hot Septembers too.
Yes, we can. Ooh. That's well hit by Anthony Gilbert, but well foul at the same time. Somebody in the crowd got really excited about that one.
Yeah. Just please don't hit my car.
I parked.
I didn't see where you parked today. You're way over there.
Way over there,
Holy moly.
Well, there was one spot, and I was like, oh, that's right in line with the foul pole. I know what's going to happen if I park there. And Swenenson with the scoop and the throw.
That was close.
That was close. As Anthony Gilbert gets thrown out over at first by the shortstop for the first out.
Oh, wow. You know, watching that replay, that could have been that if we slowed that down, I almost want to say that could have been a tie or close to.
There are no ties in baseball, they say. Somebody has to win. Brock Tiarina now steps in against Liam Taft and rips it right back up the middle for base hit number 7 for the Gulls this afternoon.
Yeah, he kind of got that one off a little bit of the end of the bat and cut into it right out to center field. See, if that was me, that'd be my best full swing, middle of the bat, barrel on the ball, and that's how far I would have probably ended up hitting it.
I would just bunt.
Yeah.
I can leave that a bunt. 1-0 the count. Bryce Turner in there. Couple of RBIs back in the first inning. That's fouled down the third baseline. So 1-1 on Bryce Turner. Brooks Bachman is on deck. With one down here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Sylvan Lake, 3 runs in the first and then a solo home run in the third by Trip Ray. And they are looking to add to that total with a base runner over at first in T Arena. And Bryce Turner with another base hit, and T Arena didn't even think to stop, and he's quite happy with that base running. And that's one of the things that the Gulls have been doing, is very aggressive base running.
Yeah. Getting themselves that much closer to scoring position and just setting things up really nicely for the next batter. And yeah, he slides in there, and no doubt about it, he gets there in time.
Yeah. I mean, Connor Rainey, the center fielder, he got on that ball pretty quick, and it was shallow.
Yep.
But Brock T. Arena had no thoughts of stopping at second base. He saw the ball in front of him and made the play to third, and it paid off. And then Bryce Turner followed up while that was going on. He made his way over to second. So you've got runners at second and third for Bachman with one down. And Liam Taft missing with that for a ball.
Bachman 0 for 2 on the day. Couple Ks. Looking to get things going here.
Oh,
that's a tough one.
Outside corner.
And you look at his face and he's smiling. He can't believe it. Yeah, that was some good facial expression shown from Brooks Bachman.
He fouls that down the left field line. 1-2 the count now on the Gulls' designated hitter this afternoon. With one down, and the catcher, Trip Ray, who had a home run in his last at bat, he is on deck. Brooks stays alive by staying on that off-speed pitch and fouling it off.
Yeah, that sunk a lot on him. Started about middle of the zone, and then it just dropped right into the turf.
It's amazing how these guys can get a bat on something like that that's moving, and you got to make a decision in less than 2 seconds. I'm swinging, I'm not swinging. The 1-2 pitch. Misses up high. 2-2.
Well, here comes the sun.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
1972, I think. That's not you were referring. This isn't name that tune. Okay. Sorry, I'm playing a different game.
Whatever you want, we can make it happen. Yeah, he's liking that. Okay, Bachman worked his way back to a full count now. And Bachman, yeah, he's ready. He's feeling his head shaking. He's now knowing that he's kind of in the driver's seat here to wait for his pitch.
Oh.
And wow. He can't believe it.
Well, that's the hat trick for strikeouts for Brooks Bachman. Not exactly what he wanted. He thought he'd drawn a walk.
As we take a look at that, oh wow, that is well outside. I'm sorry, but that, we take a look at the Hearthstone Property Management replay there, and it just curved well outside. It was across the opposite batter's box line. Inside line there. Yeah, that was a favorable one for the Giants.
Well, Trip Ray now comes in with runners on second and third. Home run for the catcher in his last at bat. Solo shot. He fouls that back. I think that was one of the pitches that he was looking for. He gave it a good cut. He's behind 0-2, bottom of the fourth. Gulls with runners on second and third, looking to add to their 4-2 lead. And he pulls the bat back, and they check down first baseline. And Chris Hartley says, nope, he did not go around. So it is a ball, 1-2 the count now.
Two runners in scoring position. Gulls looking to keep this 2-out rally alive, up 4-2. Add a couple more would be ideal as Ray lifts this one into deep center field. This has a chance all the way back. See you later.
Wow. Trip Ray having himself a day. And he rounded, that's the fastest home run trot I've seen in a while.
He is fired up, and so is the rest of the bench.
Woofda. Well, that brings in 3 runs for the Gulls. And Trip Ray.
Back-to-back home runs.
5 RBIs so far, folks.
Yeah. I think we might have an idea on who our
Inside
EG Auctions player of the game is.
Inside track?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. If only this were a 7-inning game. Of course it isn't.
I mean, even in 9 innings, I would say that's pretty.
Yeah, he's got a foot in the door.
Yeah.
Definitely. 0-1 the count here on Simon Baker, who's no worse for wear for that little tumble he took out in right field at the top of this inning. But Trip Ray has generated a whole lot of excitement in this crowd. I believe the big man from Memphis is feeling it.
Yeah.
He must have had some barbecue before.
Well, it's my buddy that just is here right now that just texted me. He said, that's a big boy hit.
And yes, it is.
Oh, my. He enjoyed that one.
Because that easily cleared the wall at 380.
Yeah, it was
almost 390.
Right off the score clock.
And, yeah. A no doubter. 2-2 the count to Simon Baker. Cochrane, Alberta is home to this young man. Oh, and he's caught looking at that one. A strikeout for Liam Tate brings the inning to a close, but not before Simon Baker, not before Trip Ray says, adios, amigos. Another one over the wall, his second of the afternoon. Well, Josh Tucker seems to be feeling it once again as he has got himself 9 Ks?
9 Ks.
And 4 innings of work. And he's throwing 57 pitches. And he fires a strike past Connor Rainey. And we have our insider information. Yesterday in the bullpen, Mr. Tucker was working on his slider with pitching coach Matt Hape, and he reported that it was working pretty good. Well, if he's throwing that pitch today, he is absolutely correct in his assessment with 9 strikeouts, and he's up 0-2 here on Connor Rainey in the 5th inning.
Well, and his arm just seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the year's gone on. And there's a swing and a miss right there. So why not another one? That's double digits now. He hit his mark of 10 Ks on the night. But as we take a look at this throw, and that just drops right in. And they're going to call that he swung around on that.
Yeah, they checked down at first base, and Chris Hartley over at first said, yep, he did go.
But even his fastballs are reaching back into the 90-mile-per-hour range, too. 91, 92. This is hit really good into deep left field, but coming all the way over from center is Kyle Lewis to take that one away from Ben Swenimson.
He covered a lot of ground, did Kyle Lewis. Watch this. Like, look at how far he goes.
Yeah, he was right at the 400 mark, and he goes almost to the 377 mark. Wow.
That's a lot of room out there.
It's a good stretch, yeah. Good wheels.
This brings up the designated hitter, Coleman Kawaguchi, who was 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And it's down in the dirt for ball 1. (7-2), Gulls lead it. 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 more in the 4th. And Trip Ray with a pair of home runs and 5 RBIs. Why not?
Yeah, that's a night. That's a day.
That's a day. And a night.
And a night, yeah. That would still look good even if you separate those stats over 2 games. That would still look pretty good.
Yeah. And strikeout number 11 brings inning number 5 to a close as Josh Tucker and Trip Ray, that combination is working quite well. As you see, Trip Ray is pretty happy about that as well. Almost as happy as he was for his home runs. We are through 4.5. Gulls coming to bat.
Well, there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Fort McMurray Giants, and that is number 36, Eli McKean.
Yep. Calgary, Alberta, University of Fraser Valley. And he'll face the center fielder, Kyle Lewis, who made that outstanding catch. I bet you he ran, I'm going to say 30 yards, 35.
Yeah, probably.
And at full speed. And he tracked that one down, so.
The left fielder was closer to it than he was, and he still called off the left fielder there to get there first.
That's their prerogative,
Yep.
center fielder.
They got
They're
the
the
call.
captain there.
Yep.
Because he has to go to his left and to his right. And Kyle Lewis, no worse for wear for that slide, and he's going to take a look at second. Oh, boy, he had thoughts, and I thought, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Might
sure he
not end
couldn't
well
hear me,
for him.
but
I'm sure Cam Diaz had also told him, no way, you're stopping.
I think there's times where the first base coach just wants to just tackle the guy.
He did turn on the Jets, though, as he rounded that base on that
Yeah.
replay. He turned him on, so I don't know if Diaz said, yeah, if you're quick, go, and then he might have changed his mind last second. But
Well, and I think sometimes these guys, they bluff that they're going,
That
and that
too.
was a good one. So just to see maybe rush the throw.
Yep.
And this is going to drop in front of Connor Rainey as well. And that was no
Oh,
bluff.
That was.
I think he overran that a little bit too much, but he got back in time.
Jeez. Yeah, now he's flirting with fire right now with that one. That was a little bit too much of a bluff if it was a bluff. So you take a look at this, and I don't think he meant to. Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, oh, that's a little closer than I think. Whoops. He was right. Well, the first two batters get on with base hits. And the top of the order, Clary Simpson, steps in now to face the new pitcher, Eli McKean. And that's down in the dirt. Good block there by Nick Sauve. Well, a little bit of everything in this first game of Twin Bill between the Giants and the Gulls.
Yeah, and especially with the offense, a complete opposite story from what they had last night. The Bats are finding their way, and there's a hit right down to first. And they got Yukamoto in a rundown, and they tag him out on the double play, and then they throw to home, and that's a wild throw that goes past that'll allow the Gulls to score.
You know, Matt Rhodes played that perfectly, right on the bag, and got the force out at first, and then made the play, got in the rundown. But there's no way he should have thrown this ball away after he got it back from the shortstop, Samuelson. Oh boy, like that wasn't even. I mean, I don't know even what he was throwing at home for, because Kyle Lewis was just standing over at third base and said, "Well, thank you. I'll take that." So they did get a double play there, but he's trying for the triple, I guess.
Yeah, I think he thought that Kyle Lewis was heading home, and he wasn't. He was pretty close to third base, and then that throw was all the way out. What a catch there at shortstop by Ben Swenemson to rob Anthony Gilbert on that hit. So a good play there by the Giants. They only give up the one run, and now it is an 8-2 Gulls lead heading to the top of the sixth inning when we come back. Well, there's somebody that's warming up in the Gulls bullpen, a Snapman. Snapman, I guess, couldn't make it today, so they had to improvise, and they put in this guy. I didn't think they could find tights that fit such a tall man, but that was Gulls pitcher Nick Veselinovic, who was up here in the broadcast booth with us last night racing a Snapman today, and he won. He did the job.
He did.
But that's awesome. That's great stuff to see. Gave us a good laugh anyway. He has a long stride, that guy.
Well, he gave his teammates a pretty good laugh, too. They were just howling at the bench. 1-2 the count here on the catcher, Nick Sov, who is 2 strikeouts to his record. So he's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And he just erases that and is 1 for 3 now with a gentle base hit out to left field to lead things off here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Matt Rhodes, as there's the base hit for the catcher. Matt Rhodes, who is strikeout victim twice for Josh Tucker, who's at 11 on the afternoon. Only 1 looking. 10 swinging and 1 looking. So he's got something working for him, and it's probably, as Calvin Bellows pointed out to us, the slider that he was working on yesterday seems to be fitting the bill.
Oh, that just misses up high.
And Trip Ray just held it there for home plate umpire Jeff Wang. Said, here you go. Ball's in your court.
Well, like Nick Sauve, Matt Rhodes with 2 strikeouts for the afternoon. Tucker's trying to get him to complete the hat trick on the K's.
And there is number 12 on the afternoon. And 3 strikeouts there for Matt Rhodes. That'll bring up Carter Herkin, who singled back in the 2nd and then struck out in the 4th.
Only one man in the lineup who has not struck out yet against Josh Tucker today, and that is Zach Kavanaugh, the man on deck right now.
Okay. That's right. Good eye. You know, Josh is just trying to spread the wealth, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick on anybody. Although he does have Nick Sauve in his sights as he couple of throws over to first base. And there's Bell down to 3rd, and Anthony Gilbert had thoughts of going to 2nd and double clutched it and then tried to make up for it by going over to 1st and threw wide to first base, drawing Bryce Turner off the bag. And that gives the Giants base runners on 1st and 3rd.
Well, that's a tough play, as Anthony Gilbert in his head all along had that double play in mind. But what Nick Sauve did such a good job of it was a hit and run play. He was running on the throw, and so that didn't allow any. Well, this hit the batter, so that's why they're going to load the bases here, and that's why Nick Sauve couldn't come home.
Well, and the Gulls bullpen is relatively quiet right at the moment. But it might get a little busier now as Josh Tucker is out to 78 pitches. And he's a walk and a hit batsman, I should say, and given up a couple of hits. So I mean, he's got a 6-run lead right now, too. So
Yeah.
you got a little leeway there.
Got some leeway for sure. And double play in order here, too, as it's in play. But as we know, Josh Tucker, he likes to take matter in his own hands sometimes.
Yes, he does. His left hand in particular. As he's got Camden Sanders, the left fielder, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And a called strike. He's ahead 0-2 now.
I think that might have been one of his sliders to the inside.
And Josh Tucker in top Josh Tucker form right now.
Yeah, this might have been a slider here too. Look at this play. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. That moved a lot. Good for Josh Tucker.
He's got it going again.
He has got, yeah, he's back. Back to his old self.
But a different self.
It is still a different self. He used to be just a fastball kind of guy that would throw in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s. He can still throw low 90s. He's not maybe peaking at what he used to a few years ago, but still, I mean, like I said, as he's last year, he wasn't even, I don't think, hitting 90 on the gun. He was a lot off speeds, and his fastball was maybe 88, 87. He's got it worked back to throwing to hitting 90, 91, and even 92 at times.
But he's all around the plate. He fills the strike zone with whatever pitch he's choosing here. And he and Trip Ray are working so well together tonight, or this afternoon. And Junior Garcia is headed down to the bullpen, so he's going to warm somebody up here. This may be the last inning for Mr. Tucker. We'll see. And that's grounded down to Yukamoto at short. He flips it over to second. And that brings the inning to a close. The Gulls with an 8-2 lead over the Fort McMurray Giants. And strikeout is the name of the day for Josh Tucker. Well, there you go. The berm is a familiar sight, of course, and the fans on the berm are a familiar sight. And also another familiar sight are all those Ks, courtesy of Josh Tucker. And, wow, that's like 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, there's a whole bunch there. 12, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes out for the 7th inning, but I'm thinking he won't. But this is Brock Tiarina facing Eli McKean.
Well, 13 Ks for Josh Tucker is one
The
better
13?
than what he saw last
Okay.
time. So I'd say it's a unreal afternoon on the mound.
Yeah, so, 25 in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That looks good on the resume.
Still holds the WCBL record for most strikeouts in a season.
Yes, he does.
91.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's people say, "Oh, 91." Well, yeah, but think we only play 56 games, and he only pitched, maybe 15 times throughout the season.
Yeah, if that, yeah.
I'm just guessing, but Brock Tiarena takes a walk here from Eli McKean to start things off in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Bryce Turner, who's had a pretty good afternoon himself with a couple of RBIs, but he's overshadowed by his teammate, number 13, Trip Ray, who's got 5 on the afternoon, a single RBI in the first, and then a solo shot, a home run in the third, and then a 3-run homer in the fourth. As Bryce Turner sends this out into shallow center field, but the second baseman, Zach Kavanaugh, called everybody off on that one and ended up having the ball hit his glove and then hit the green. So an error to the second baseman allows Bryce Turner to get over to first base and move Brock Tiarena, who had to kind of keep an eye on that one. He could only go so far, and he had to balance getting far enough from first base that he could make it to second if that lands, and then getting back to first if it's caught. Well, it worked out because he's over on second now. And this is Brooks Bachman looking to break the streak of strikeouts right now. He's got 3.
You want to hear something impressive, Jim?
Okay.
So back in 2022, when Josh Tucker set that league record of 91 strikeouts, you thought it was 15 games?
I thought he started 15 games.
He did it in 10.
10, okay, well, that's even better.
That's pretty good.
That is very good.
Oh, my goodness. I just had to look it up because I'm like, I want to know how many games he actually pitched to get 91 Ks. And it was 10 games. He started 9 of them.
Yeah.
And he played 56 innings.
56 innings. So that's the number that stands out for me is 56 innings. Not so much the games, but the number of innings it took him to do 91 strikeouts. That's the number that stands out for me.
Yeah, that's huge.
But yeah, it's all impressive. But that was when Josh was the fireballer.
Yeah.
Now he's the pitcher.
Yeah, and the cool thing about what he has accomplished in the last couple of years is, yeah, exactly, like his strikes or his pitches. He's got more pitches in his arsenal now. He can, in his little bag of goodies and tricks, he's got more than what he had in 2022, and now he can throw it all. As Brooks Bachman lifts this into the gap at right center field, and he finally cracks his goose egg on hits on the afternoon.
It's just a matter of time as he knocks in a run and breaks, like you said, the cycle of strikeouts. And guess who's coming to bat?
Yeah, I was just going to say. Back-to-back home runs for this guy that's stepping into the batter's box right now, Trip Ray. Can he make it 3?
Oh,
that would be wild.
That would be wild.
This place would erupt it already has, but this place would go nuts. That bench would go nuts. He'd probably clear the dugout for sure.
A couple of days ago, a young 22-year-old for the Oakland Athletics had an unbelievable day where he had 6 hits, drove in 8 runs, 4 of his 6 hits, home runs. He had 4 home runs in that game. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Like I saw the highlights, and it was like they talked to him afterwards. He said, "I had no idea this was coming. No idea." So 0-2 the count on Trip Ray, as Eli McKean has seen the movie earlier, the Trip Ray Show, and said, "I'll take care of that," and he'll sit him down. So don't throw the ball near his bat. That's the idea of getting Trip Ray out. A good pitch there by Eli McKean.
And Trip Ray, I was just watching his body language. He was making eye contact with Wyatt McKnight over at third base, and he was, after that second strike, he notioned to Wyatt McKenzie, cut underneath. And yeah, McKenzie gave him a nod, and then after that strikeout, he looks over to McKnight and he's pointing down to his knees, where he's like, "Yeah, that was low."
Okay.
So I don't know. He's continuing to just study the pitchers and the throws that are coming down the line at him.
Well, Simon Baker steps in to face Eli McKean. Baker with a single back in the third and a couple of strikeouts on his afternoon of work. Gulls with 9 runs here on 12 hits. And both teams have combined for 5 errors, 3 on Fort McMurray, 2 on the Gulls. But it's been a pretty clean game for the most part.
Yep.
And that's foul down the first baseline.
I mean, for 5 errors in this game, it doesn't really feel like there's been that many errors in this ball game, but just simple little things here and there that have, I guess, added up. But as you mentioned, yeah, it's been a pretty solid game, clean.
Yeah, I believe it has.
Offensively, defensively. And that's a strikeout on Simon Baker. Watches it go by. So Eli McKean doing his job today and doing some pretty good work on the mound, but they are warming up some pitchers on the bullpen as we take a look at this replay. And yeah, that just catches it in the outside corner.
Well, we got number 12 over there in the Giants bullpen, but I don't have a number 12 on my roster here.
Oh, fun.
So some guy in number 12 is coming in, possibly. If you can find him on that list, you let me know.
Coach didn't put it on this list.
Which one? The guy that the defensive lineup or the standard lineup? And this is going to fall in between the left fielder, Candron Sanders, and the shortstop, Ben Swenensum. And an RBI there for Kyle Lewis as he gets in on the Ribby show. And that, 2 outs with runners on first and second now for Tai Yukamoto. And Yukamoto sends this down to first, and Matt Rhodes takes it himself, steps on the bag, and brings the inning to a close. But a couple more runs for the Sylvan Lake Gulls here in the 6th inning. They have a 10-2 lead over the Fort McMurray Giants. And we are back here in the top of the 7th inning. Gulls 10, Giants 2, Josh Ducker 12, as in strikeouts. Yes, 12. Matching his output from the last game, or did he have 13 last game?
No, he had 12 last game.
He had 12 last game. Okay, so he's matched that to this point, and
they
then
have
they're giving
13
him a
on
chance.
the fence right now for him.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They have 13 marked on the fence. So he's already one better. If that's the case, that's one better than last game. And he's going for maybe a new personal record at 15.
Well, they're giving him a chance, and why not? If he's feeling okay, well, and I guess he's feeling okay.
Wow. What a throw. Hearthstone Property Management replay here, and yep, up high. And he just walks it off like another day at work.
I've got 14 now.
Yeah, that's 14. That's number 14. That's tied the Gulls record for most Ks in a game.
So they're giving him an opportunity to get to number 15 here and set the record for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. I hope he does it.
I do too. He deserves it.
He's got 2 batters to face. All he needs to do is strike out one of them. Connor Rainey is helping him along by that kind of swing.
And he's not slowing down. Like, look at like 91 pitches, and he's still hitting 90 on the gun.
Yeah.
Like, he's is he human?
Well, there's a nice play by Tai Yukamoto.
Oh, just had to
almost
kind of threw a little off of the bag. Turner had to come off the bag, otherwise it got there in time.
Some slick glove work there by Yukamoto, though, as he slides into this one and jumps up and fires it over to Bryce Turner, who had to come off the bag and tried to make the tag, but no such luck.
Oh, they're doing it. And Josh Tucker, I don't think.
He's going, oh, come on, I got one more to go.
Yeah, gets handshakes from all of his infield, and that's a great afternoon of work for Josh Tucker. Ties the record for most Ks in a day, and he's pretty upset. He wanted that. He wanted one more.
He's like Clark Kent with the glasses and very quiet, very subdued, and then he gets on the mound and throws the ball, and it's like Superman. There we go.
I can't tell if he's upset or if he's pumped up with how good of a performance. If he just maybe wanted that one more, but
he's Josh being Josh.
Yeah, what a day.
I think this is Garrett Lundmark. Is that who it is? Luke. Oh, that's right. Yes, Luke Schmidt. Now this will be interesting. We'll come back and talk about him in a moment. But good job there by Josh as he strikes out 14. Fort McMurray Giants.
And he just Well, it was an incredible afternoon for the Gulls starting pitcher as he was just in his normal self. Josh Tucker, strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. It was a K day for the Tuck man, the guy, Tuck can Chuck, if you will, as he was just wheeling and dealing, and he ties the franchise record for most Ks in a game at 14. Absolutely incredible stuff. And you know he wanted number 15. He wanted it so badly.
Absolutely.
You feel for him.
Now this young man is from the St. Joe's Academy here in Red Deer. Well, in Red Deer. We're not here in Red Deer. And Luke Schmidt is his name. He's one of the affiliate players for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and they're giving him an opportunity to show what he can do against live batting.
Why not?
And he's up 0-2 right now on the leadoff hitter, Ben Sweninson. And guess what? He's been watching Josh Tucker, and he strikes out the first guy that he sees.
All right. Why not?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, is that what you're supposed to do? Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. And so he watched his mirror image, Josh Tucker, go from the left side, and this young man comes in, and he looks pretty calm, doesn't he?
Yeah, still in high school.
He's still in high school.
Wild.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that you can have guys like that you can throw in, because when you get into a very busy schedule like the Gulls are in, you're saving a lot of pitchers' arms by getting an affiliate. And he's getting some practice, and in a 10-2 game, why not? And he's honestly fitting in just fine on that mound. Wow.
Sure is right now. That's a good start. He's going to remember that. And now he's got Coleman Kawaguchi, the designated hitter, who's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And he's going to get this. Oh, wait a minute. Kyle Lewis.
What a catch.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy moly.
Wow. That was an interesting catch by Kyle Lewis, as we watch on the Hearthstone Property Management replay, as he has got this over almost his left shoulder. He makes the grab and helps out the young pitcher with an excellent play and brings the inning to a close through 6.5. Gulls with a 10-2 lead coming to bat.
New pitcher on the mound for the Fort McMurray Giants. Bottom half of 7 innings. The Gulls lead at 10-2, and that is, according to our roster sheet lineup card, they got 12 by Cook. Devin Cook is the man on the mound right now.
And
Bryce Hampton's up
Bryce
to bat.
Hampton coming into to bat. And he's going to take over for Cleary Simpson. So guys getting in some substitutions here and spread the wealth. And Hampton rips this into left field. So he sees 2 pitches and likes the second one and took it to left field to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning with a single. Just outside the reach of third baseman Carter Herken. And that'll bring up the third baseman Anthony Gilbert.
I was just seeing Brock Tiarena. He's on deck right now, and he's having some fun with the fans.
Is he?
Just a couple seconds ago, yeah, turned back and gave a thumbs up and a nice smile, interacting with the fans a little bit. Somebody must have said something to him, and he caught his attention.
So we, and you noticed this, I didn't see it, when Josh Tucker came out of the game and went down to the bullpen. He was still throwing strikes, but this time it was with his glove.
Yeah, he was very fired up. I think he was just really upset and mad that he didn't get one more opportunity at another K. And you take a look at it here, and he calmly walks in the bullpen. I could tell like he was, when he walked off the field, he kind of, made a gesture, and then he shook everybody's hands, and he goes into the bullpen and slowly just, calmly walks over to the fence, looks back to see if coaches are watching him, make sure, and then he just loses it. Yeah.
And there's a fly ball out to center field while we were watching the replay here. Thanks, Calvin. Much appreciated.
Yeah, good shot, guys.
Yeah, good work. Yeah, he was. I know he was looking for the personal record, and that's all fair. But the coaching staff here, Matt Hape, Wyatt McKnight, Jason Chatwood, it's all about the team first.
Yep.
Personal records are great.
Well, that would have been a team record too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like for him.
Yeah, for him, for sure. Yeah.
So. But that's good. He's showing some emotion. And we know Josh doesn't show a whole lot of emotion.
No.
When he's out there, he just goes about his job and says, "Okay, here we go." But he really did want that. I think that was a personal thing for him. So, anyways, Brock Tiarena comes in with man over on first, and Bryce Hampton, and one down here in the 7th inning.
Well, and I did notice that Matt Hape was over in the bullpen, and as right before we showed that shot, he was coming back from the bullpen, so he went over there to visit with someone, and I don't see Josh Tucker in the bullpen right now anymore. He might be sitting back there. I can't tell, but I'm not sure if Matt Hape went to follow to chat with maybe Josh Tucker, but yeah, I'm not sure if that is him second from the right. So I'm wondering if Matt Hape went and just had a little conversation with him, just to reason with him on why he pulled him when he did, just to try to calm him down a little bit.
And this could be out of play over near the bullpen, and it does go out of play. The count 1-2 on Brock Tiarena.
So that ball went into the bullpen. Josh Tucker and another pitcher went and raced for it. And that was number 19, Matthew McKenzie. And now Josh Tucker's coming over to give it to some young fans.
Yeah. That's what, okay. He must have calmed down.
Yeah, I think he's good now.
He's good now. He just had his little
moment. You got caught up in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're heated in the moment.
He's a competitor.
And you want it.
2-2 the count now on Brock Tiarena. Count now full. I moved my microphone.
I could hear that.
To take a drink of water. You're going for, okay, dummy.
You have a mic button you can turn off too if you ever want to drink water. No.
Well, I don't want to pour water over to the top of the microphone.
Full count to T Arena, one away here, and that one just misses. I thought the umpire was going to call that a strike, and
yeah, well, that's what I thought too.
He got the benefit of the call. So that's T Arena's 4th walk on the afternoon. He's got 1 base hit, and the rest are all walks that he's reached base. So there's not been one at bat that he hasn't reached base on. Good OBP, if you ask me.
It was. Bryce Turner now. Turner with a couple of base hits, a couple of RBIs. Been on base 3 out of his 4 times at bat. And Matty Fung is warming up. He's going to come in and bat for Brooks Bachman at the DH spot.
So yeah, just kind of getting everybody some game time. I mean, there's 2 games to be played here today, and I'm wondering if the guys that, and I saw this on Thursday, some of the guys that they were substituting in late in that first game of the doubleheader were guys that were starting in game 2. So they're just maybe warming them up for that next game. I don't know.
Okay.
If that's the strategy behind everything.
Yeah. Mind you got some time in between, so.
Yeah.
And Bryce Turner rips that right up the middle and gets RBI number 3 on that base hit. As Hampton scores from second. And the run fest continues for the Sylvan Lake Gulls as Matty Fung steps in.
Little meeting on the mound here. Coach comes out for Fort McMurray. Only 1 away. Gulls pulling away in this one, 11-2 now.
I'm going to sit down.
Yeah, you do that, and we got a new pitcher that will come into this game. So I'll take a seat as well. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll be back with more Gulls baseball. You're watching FloCollege, brought to you by visitsylvanlake.ca.
Pelham Staton is the new pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. Pitcher number 3 on the afternoon for the Giants. Actually, pitcher number 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about Eli McKean, who did a good job.
He did. Yeah, came in the 5th inning and had a couple innings of work.
And he'll face Matty Fung with base runners on first and second. And 1 down.
Matty Fung would be happy to give Trip Ray a bases-loaded situation the way he's been swinging the bat.
No kidding, huh?
Matty Fung is one of those guys that, you know, he's good with getting on base without having hit one. Like, he'll take all those balls all day long.
3-0 the count on the Gulls' designated hitter as he's hitting for Brooks Bachman, who is the DH this afternoon. And Matty Fung rips one into right field, and he loads the bases for the man with 2 home runs this afternoon in Trip Ray.
Nice rep for Matty Fung. It hasn't been a season for Matty Fung necessarily. He's been a little little quiet with the bat, and you know, he's maybe not played as much either. You know, they haven't been playing him as heavily as they have in past years, but you know, that's just got to feel good for him. I mean, it's been a big long season. He's been playing a lot of baseball in the wintertime down south, and now here in the summertime as well. And it's nice to see that the guy is credited a base hit there.
Absolutely. He's a fan favorite, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, he's one of the OGs. He's been here for a few years now.
Old goat?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
No, not old goat.
That's me.
They kind of say OG is kind of like kind of part of like an original. He's been here for a few years.
Okay. You young people with your shortening words.
Our words, yeah.
And OG, there is an R and an I in original.
Well, I was talking to his billet parents actually, and they said that it's just been so nice because they can only, you know, have room for one billet, and they said it's been so nice for the last few years having the same billet coming back in Matty Fung, and that, you know, like, he's just been such a good kid, obviously, to, you know, be with and take care of it in the house, and
extremely polite.
Very polite kid, yeah.
And he's got great support back home in Foster City, north of San Francisco, with his parents and his other siblings.
And Trip Ray wanted that one.
Okay, Josh Tucker wanted the 15th strikeout, and Trip Ray, I'm sure, wants the 3rd home run. Because that's something to...
Well, to end it on a grand slam, why wouldn't you?
That would be the best night a Gulls had ever. And he reaches out and sends this to right field. He's going to get himself he's going to get himself another RBI here. Tripp, I think.
Well, I thought Tripp was going to go to first.
I thought he would, but I think they said he caught it and then he on the transfer.
And then he
dropped
fumbled
the
it.
ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he would have heard the umpire.
Yeah.
And as we take a look at this play, catch, and then the transfer to the hand is where
that's
things
where he
went
drops
wrong.
it,
So batter still had to tag up, obviously.
But he got himself an RBI out of that.
Why not have 6 on the night? On the day, sorry.
Oh, sure, why not? Simon Baker steps in. 3 strikeouts on Simon Baker, which is unusual because he usually gets the bat on the ball.
Yeah.
A lot.
He can hit one a long ways. Being, one of those guys that came out of the academy at St. Joe's. Now goes to Gonzaga University. He's from Cochrane.
One and one the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Gulls with 2 runs so far, and base runners on 1st and 3rd. Looking to add to that total. Maybe save a few for the next game. I don't know. Hard to say. And Simon Baker gives this a ride, but it's just high. Not very deep. And into the glove of the right fielder, Connor Martin. And that brings the inning to a close. The Gulls add 2 more to their total. 12-2 Sylvan Lake. We're headed to the 8th. And welcome back. There's the berm. And there's the K's. And there's the story of the game partially, because the other part of that story is when we go look at the numbers, 14 Ks by Josh Tucker. Okay, another additional one by
Luke Schmidt.
Luke Schmidt, the new pitcher. Young man from St. Joe's Academy. And actually, he added 2, because he had 2 in the 7th inning. But the other number is 6, as in RBIs by Tripp Ray, and 2, as in home runs by Mr. Tripp Ray.
Yeah.
So if you're into numbers, those are the ones that count right here. And the Gulls looking to clinch a playoff spot. Something I can help you with, sir?
Well, this is a pinch hitter for the Fort McMurray Giants.
And he's not on this list.
He's not on your roster. So I am just trying to find us that right now.
Okay. Well, he's number 41.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Probably a catcher. Oh, and a strikeout victim is what he is, as Luke Schmidt gets his 3rd strikeout of the inning, or of the game, I should say.
Online, it doesn't show a 41 either, so that's fun. I got a last name. It's Duncan.
Okay.
Oh, Ryder Duncan.
Ryder Duncan. Okay. Well, he's in for Rick Sauve. Oh, and under the glove of Tai Yukamoto over at short.
It was a well-hit ball by Carter Herkin. So take a look at this replay brought to you by Hearthstone Property Management. And, yeah, Yukamoto wanted that one, just got away from him. So I don't think that would be an error. I think that's just a well-hit ball. Yukamoto's been making a lot of those plays tonight, though. Or today. I'm doing it a lot with you, aren't I?
What's that?
Today, tonight, afternoon, whatever where are we? What time is it?
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. This looks like another, no, this is Zach Kavanaugh, right? Yeah. A good pitch there, but 3-0 the count on Zach Kavanaugh. 12-2, Gulls lead it. Top of the 8th inning. Game 1 of the doubleheader between the Gulls and Giants. And the count now 3-1. Gulls with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, the seventh, I should say.
It's been a blowout.
They got a lot of runs. After last night getting 5 runs on just 3 hits. Baseball can be weird. Full count now on Zach Kavanaugh. And a walk given up by Luke Schmidt to Zach Kavanaugh. Put runners on first and second with 1 down. And the left fielder Camden Sanders stepping in.
Well, they're going to let the high school kid get his innings of work here with nobody warming up in the bullpen. This being popped up to shallow right field. Coming all the way over from second was Clary Simpson to make that catch. Or sorry, Bryce Hampton. I forgot Clary Simpson was replaced by Bryce Hampton.
You are correct, sir.
On the second try.
That's okay. It's kind of like golf.
Yeah.
You know, the
Breakfast
second
ball?
guy,
Was that my breakfast ball?
the second guy always is way better. That ball inside for the first pitch here to Connor Martin, who has struck out twice and got on base back in the second inning on an error to first baseman Bryce Turner. Ooh, that looks like a good pitch. So 2-0 count on Connor Martin, the right fielder. And Luke Schmidt, he's showing he's got a variety to offer these guys. That misses down low. Count 3-1. Schmidt with 2 out, looking to close out this top of the 8th inning without any further damage from the Fort McMurray Giants. That's fouled up over us. Full count now on the right fielder Martin.
Overall, for a doubleheader, it's been a pretty solid day, weather-wise, and fans enjoying it for the afternoon. That's popped up to deep right field. Settling underneath of it, Simon Baker will come away with it, get the 3rd out. So, just like that, we'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Still 12-2 lead for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. When we come back, you're watching Gulls baseball on FloCollege.
New pitcher for the Fort McMurray Giants. And this is number 6. And now this is a baseball name, folks. This is number 6 from Sparks, Nevada, Koufax Cranmer. Now the last name, no. The first name, Koufax. Definitely a baseball name. This will bring up Kyle Lewis to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Gulls have scored in every inning except the second.
Yeah, that's not good news if you're Fort Mac. It's been the way the day has gone, and luckily for Fort Mac, they get another crack at it. You know, this is the first of a doubleheader. They get another 9 innings after this one's done to seek out their revenge. And I don't know, this pitch seems to be missing quite a bit outside, but it's getting called strikes. So from up here, it looks like it's crossing the other batter's box line. That one, nice off-speed, contacted well, but into left field. And making the catch look easy is Camden Sanders.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Ben Swenemson. And I'm looking at the wrong lineup. You're a dummy. It's late.
Oh, we got 9 more to go.
I know. That's what scares me.
Well, 10 more technically. We're almost there, almost halfway there.
Well,
where's
you
Bon
know,
Jovi when you need him?
We're living on a prayer for sure. Or at least I am.
Well, I think it's fair to say that speaks for both of us.
Tai Yukamoto steps in now. I mean, it's good baseball. We're always entertained by what's going on, and having Josh Tucker do what he did and Trip Ray do what he did, and then some really very good defensive plays. You know, it's been a good game, but yeah, I'm getting too old for this back-to-back stuff, you know. That's dropped in front of the left fielder, Sanders, as Tai Yukamoto keeps the inning going with a base hit and flips it to the top of the order with Bryce Hampton, who stepped in the 7th inning for Cleary Simpson and promptly had a base hit. First pitch to Hampton is a nice little off-speed curve there, and just floated past him for a strike. I say float because for these guys that is floating. For me, that's my fastball with a wind behind me.
With the wind behind you. We should, you know, we got to test this out one day. You and I got to go down there, get the radar gun, and see how hard we can throw it.
Well, okay, you just make sure there's paramedics standing by.
Oh, we will.
For me.
We'll make sure Rob Mank is standing by for a massage after.
Or an arm replacement.
Be interesting to see, though.
2-2 the count. And off the leg of Koufax Cranmer. And he keeps it in front of him, but he had no play at either first or second, as that was a hard hit ball. And Bryce Hampton's got a good set of wheels, so I believe they're going to give him a base hit on that as well.
Well, here comes the long leg, speedy Rowan O'Connor.
The Gazelle.
The Gazelle. He's in for Anthony Gilbert. Anthony Gilbert went 1 for 5 on the day.
I just like seeing him run. Like running down to first, it's somewhat a normal gait. But once he rounds first and is headed for second, it turns into a lope.
Again, it kind of reminds me of a giraffe. Not as weird, not as goofy looking, but just that long stride.
More like, you know what? More like an ostrich. I'm just trying to picture now. Yeah. With the big, big steps. And that's out to right field. Connor Martin makes the grab. And Tai Yukamoto tags up and goes to third on the out to right field.
Some Johnny Cash for you on a Sunday afternoon, eh? How about it?
He should be playing Sunday morning coming down. That's a classic Johnny Cash.
Two-way, the Sylvan Lake Gulls still lead at 12-2. They're only 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader when the Fort Mac Giants come to bat. Fort Mac has sent 5 pitchers to the mound today, so spreading it out as much as they can, trying to save some arms while they're at it. Be interesting to see who they throw in for game 2.
I'm thinking who we're not going to see is the young man from Aruba, and that is Ash Amerlan, because Friday night he threw 137 pitches.
Yeah, that's a lot. And so I'm guessing with
That's
another
a
doubleheader
lot of
tomorrow,
pitchers.
they're
Yeah.
probably maybe saving them for tomorrow at some point. But Brock Tiarina flies that to center field, and that will end the inning. So as I mentioned, Sylvan Lake Gulls defensively only 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll be back with it on FloCollege.
Luke Schmidt still in the game for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. I'm sure they'll let him go as far as he can here in the 9th inning. He's throwing 25 pitches. He has not given up a run. And a couple of hits, I think.
Yeah, letting the kid finish it out.
Yeah.
From St. Joe's Academy.
He's going to handle the number 9 hitter, Connor Rainey, and then the top of the order, and Swemenson, and then Kawaguchi.
That couldn't have missed by much. That last pitch, that was pretty close. That ball hit well, and with some heat behind it, just foul down the first baseline.
Well, so last night it was the Hawaiian Luau theme, and they had all sorts of Hawaiian-themed drinks and food that people were sampling. So today, there's no theme, but I'm going to put a food theme on it. It's the Memphis barbecue, as Trip Ray cooked up a good one for them with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. If only we could figure out who the player of the game might be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a tough call. Tough decision. Well, you know what? There's an honorable mention, and that's the guy on the mound today, starting things off for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. He was also, somebody that really easily could have been in that EG Auctions Player of the Game talk.
Absolutely. That's fouled out of play. One down here in the top of the ninth. Gulls trying to close out game one here against the Fort McMurray Giants.
You just made me hungry now, mentioning Memphis barbecue.
Oh, I know.
Ugh, what I would do to have something right now like that.
I bet you that tastes really, really good. I have a feeling. They know how to do barbecue down there, do they not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they do.
They're known for it. Well, have you ever went to the Red Deer? Sometimes will bring in those rib fests, and a lot of those rib fest guys are from down in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Some Tennessee.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I've had the ribs and the brisket one day. Brought it home for the family, and it was a lot of meat.
Yeah, when I was in radio, that was a go-to spot.
Oh, absolutely. There's just something about barbecue, you know.
Get the free meals, free passes to the rib fest.
I mean, a meal cooked in a stove in the kitchen, in the oven, you know, that's good. But guess what? You burn some animal flesh on a barbecue, and it just tastes so much better.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Another strikeout there for Luke Schmidt. I think I've lost track here. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 strikeouts for the young man from the academy, St. Joe's Academy. This is Coleman Kawaguchi. And he sends this out to right field. Simon Baker is not going to get to that one. But he cuts it off and gets the ball in quickly. So Schmidt's got one more hitter to work with now.
Well, maybe. I mean, Coleman Kawaguchi just keeping things alive for Fort McMurray. They got a long ways to go, but I'm trying to be optimistic for them.
You are, and you know what generates in my head is the line from The Princess Bride. Well, he's not dead. He's partially dead. Uh-huh. Or almost dead, I think.
I mean, if you just looking at the scoreboard, the hits, 18 hits for the Gulls after only having 3 last night. That is incredible stuff. 6 times more they've hit today over yesterday. Now it's popped straight up, and this should do it for game 1 as long as somebody finds it.
Somebody's
got to
call it.
And it looks like it will be called by Bryce Turner. We'll wrap things up here for game 1 of this doubleheader against the Fort McMurray Giants as the Sylvan Lake Gulls took it to the Giants 12-2. And now we'll have a little break before we get set for game number 2 on this Sunday afternoon, July 27th. Sully the goalie out there waving the Gulls win flag. And the kid gets it done from the high school, finishes things out for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Great game, all in all, for the boys in blue.
Absolutely. You know, they did everything that they needed to do in this game, and you know, starting Josh Tucker is a pretty good way to set things in the right direction, because he is probably the #1 pitcher right now for the Gulls when he steps on that rubber.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as I've seen.
Yeah,
my goodness.
He's got so many, like I said, different pitches in his briefcase that he can bring out, and you know,
he would carry a briefcase.
He would be a
he
briefcase
looks like the type of guy, and have a little pocket protector,
and just and straight arm walking down,
yeah,
you know, Wall Street in New York or something like that, just fitting in with everybody else. But you know, honorable mention for him to be a potential player of the game. But we're going to hand things down to field level with Joe Whitbread with our actual player of the game here today.
Goes to starting pitcher Josh Tucker with 14 strikeouts to tie a team record. But your player of the game today with 2 bombs, 6 RBI, he went 3 for 4 at the plate, catcher Trip Ray. Trip, congratulations. I know you real well. You want to give credit to Josh first, I am sure. Congratulations on a great game, but how about that pitching start by Josh?
It was really, really good. Josh, he had real good stuff today. We were able to just throw a lot of fastballs, and he got ahead in counts early, and we were able to put a whole lot of guys away. So props to Josh. He did a real good job today.
Before I talk about your bat, which was definitely hot here this afternoon like the weather was, how much do you play a role in a starting pitcher's start? Obviously, he's throwing the Ks, but you're calling that game.
I'm just back there. I call the pitches and I catch the ball. Josh he did a great job today. I can't take too much credit,
I appreciate that. I do. You're a humble guy. I do appreciate that. Talk about your bat. It's been launching balls, but on the afternoon, a little bit special here when the crowd is having so much fun on a summer's day. When the crowd's having a great time on a sunny day, you're launching balls. They're having a blast with you.
Yes, sir. I love playing here in front of the crowd. The fans really get into it. It's a great environment, and it's a good time.
It is. Congratulations. 6 RBI today, 2 home runs, 3 for 4 at the plate. The player of the game today is catcher number 13, Trip Ray. Congratulations. There you go. Trip Ray's going to go sign some autographs.
Well, Trip Ray with, as you mentioned, 6 RBIs and 2 bombs that cleared the fence, and he was just feeling it all from the bat flip to even catching a great game for the pitcher and Josh Tucker, who had 14 Ks, tying a team record for the most Ks by a single pitcher in a game. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Well, and he pointed out, he says, I'm just calling the pitches and Josh is doing all the work. He's the one that's throwing them. So he gives credit to his pitcher, which is a great thing for a catcher to do. But he was up alone by himself there with the bat in his hand, and he did the damage with 6 RBIs, as you mentioned. So Trip Ray 6 and the Fort McMurray Giants 2.
Well, we're not done here yet today. We got another one to play in just a couple of hours' time. So the Sylvan Lake Gulls are going to have to reset and kind of, in a way, forget about this one and just get ready for another one here shortly against this exact same Fort McMurray Giants team. But as we mentioned, things were just going great for the Gulls, defensively on the mound and offensively with the bats, thanks to this guy, Trip Ray, and what a bat flip that was as he just got things going for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. And why not? Let's do it again. And he was just having himself an absolute incredible afternoon, as was Josh Tucker. Between these two guys, they got the job done for the Sylvan Lake Gulls, and some great outstanding catches in center field as well. So we got a lot of baseball still down the stretch. Fort McMurray hanging around for another one. For Jim Cleggett, I'm Cale Clark, and the whole broadcast crew at greenonionmedia.ca. We had another bird's eye view. We'll see you in just a couple hours.